Hello everybody, it's Cassie. Welcome back for another video here on my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be playing with the September club kits. We're using two of them today. We're going to be using the wax seal of the month. This is gorgeous, and this is the pack that they sent me. It's a multi mix and match pack. It's super cool. I love the color, so fall. And then I also have the stencil of the month. It comes with 5 stencils. You get 4 of them that have these different size pumpkins or gourds. And then you also have this last one that is all of the stems. And I'll tell you, it's so cool. I decided to go off of the color scheme from the seals or the beads that I got. And so you can see those distress inks off to the side. I cut down a piece of cardstock to measure 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And I'm sticking that down on top of my grip mat by Waffle Flower. And then I'm going to take each of those stencils and we're going to just put that right over the top. Pretty easy to do. There's little notches in the corner of those stencils, embossed edges, that it's very easy to just line it back up. I'm using a blending buddy, and I've started off with that first color, which is Fired Brick. And then I'm going to move on to some Fossilized Amber, Stormy Sky, Peeled Paint. But I wanted to ask the question, as I was making this card, I was like, oh, I got to pick out a sentiment. And then I thought, do I? Do I have to pick out a sentiment for this? Sometimes it's nice to just have note cards, I think. This is my personal opinion. I don't think a card always has to have a sentiment, especially in this case. As I'm making this card, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, yes, you could put thanks or thankful, but this could just be a card to just reach out to anybody, especially after I get the seal on it. But yeah, I pondered that question for a while and I thought about it, and I don't think every card has to have a sentiment. That's just my personal opinion. I would love to know what you think. Do you always put sentiments on your cards? Let me know down in the comment section. All right, so we went from the Fired Brick to the Peeled Paint to the Fossilized Amber, and now we're bringing in the Stormy Sky. All I did was I pulled out my little swatch book and matched up those beads to the different distress ink colors that I had, and I came up with this color combo, and I think it did pretty well. That final color that I grabbed in, it was a brown. Honestly, I didn't write it down, so I don't really remember. But thoroughly enjoyed this. I've been really enjoying each of the stencils every month. If I had just one kit to get, I think it really would be the stencil kit. It's inexpensive, and they're always so beautiful. And this one is such a beautiful fall stencil. I love how that turned out. So now I'm going to trim it down just a little bit. At first I thought I would just trim it down so that it would fit with a nice border all the way around on that blue cardstock that I bring in. And then I decided I wanted it to be kind of off kilter a little bit. So I'm just going to hold that down in place and then trim down my panel in my guillotine trimmer. Nothing is attached. I'm just simply trimming it down. And I did pretty well there. You will notice that every once in a while my camera seems to bump. It is not me hitting the camera. I actually live on an army base, and I didn't pay any attention to the fact that it was happening because I've lived here going on, this is my 3rd year, and there's always training happening. So sometimes it shakes our windows in our houses. It's doing it right now. I don't know if you could hear it in my voiceover, but it's doing it right now. And it's the sounds of freedom, I guess. Regardless, I apologize that my camera seems to shake. It's just they're really going to town with whatever it is they're blowing up. Anyway, as you saw, I brought in some baker's twine, and I'm also putting a little bit of double-sided adhesive on both sides, or I mean just on the back on 2 sides. And I'm going to wrap that baker's twine just around my piece, and then that'll hold it kind of in place. Sorry, we're off the camera a little bit. And then I'm going to bring that double-sided adhesive right back in, and I'm just going to go all the way around all 4 sides, and I'm going to add a couple pieces to the inside. Usually I would just add liquid glue. I decided to mix it up, I guess. I had confidence in myself today. I don't always have confidence in myself when I'm attaching a panel down to a base. So we've peeled off all that release paper, and now we're going to stick it right down onto the card base. And clearly I was having enough confidence that I decided that I was going to take my beads and I was going to melt them and then put it directly onto my card. I don't know what hit me today, but I typically don't do that. I like to make the seals and then attach them later with some glue or one of the little seal stickers that Spellbinders has, which actually work really better, even better than liquid glue. if I'm being honest. So I'm going to go ahead and heat this up. I decided to put 2 of those red ones, 1 green, 1 yellow, and 1 of the blue in there. And I am using a heat tool. A lot of you who have seen these before from me know that I don't like to have an open flame in my room. I have cats, and typically they will come around if there is a wet thing, a hot thing. They like to be around. It's like they just know Mom needs supervision, and so I don't have open flames. So as I said, I'm putting this directly onto my card, as you can see, and yeah, it actually worked out okay. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then I'm just going to stick my seal right down on top of it. There are no words on the seal. It is just some leaves. So I'm going to let that kind of dry, cool down a little bit, and then I can take the seal right off of there. And then you can see that the leaves are in there. I'm going to make them stand out even more by bringing in one of those gold DecoFoil, or not DecoFoil, but DecoColor pens. And it really makes those leaves pop. This looks like such a very cool fall card. And I really just don't think it needs a sentiment. This could be for just about any occasion. Maybe you just want to send somebody a, hey, how's it going? Or happy fall, but you don't want to have a sentiment on there. So I've brought in a gold paint, and I'm just going to spatter that all over that background, because spatter in my eyes makes everything better. I know some of you don't feel the same way, but I do love it. And that's my card for today. I really love how it turned out. I hope you like it too. If you do, please hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And as always, I will see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.